Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick sort of what's in my bag video, and this is actually more for traveling. If I'm doing a day or two traveling and not, any real, vacation or anything like that where I need a lot of product, I'll try to look for products where I can consolidate, or look for products where I can get a lot of use out of one or two items. So that's what I tried to do with this selection of items that I have here. And I'll just sort of explain what I've got. I just recently bought the Dr. Jart BB cream, and I had always been someone who told myself I would never get a BB cream because they just seemed a little bit too gimmicky, and I couldn't really justify the expense for what you were getting. Partly I just didn't really understand them, and I thought that it was fairly easy to just manufacture your own, I guess, so to speak, BB cream, just by mixing high SPF and foundation and things like that. But this BB cream is more of like a beauty balm and not a blemish balm, so it doesn't really have any anti-acne properties. It has more antioxidants and propeptides, I think is what they call it, and it offers, of course, the sort of the light, almost like a tinted moisturizer coverage that does blend well into my skin tone. And from what I've heard, a lot of BB creams, especially the traditionally Asian ones like this one, they come in a very limited shade range, but for some reason they can either oxidize or they morph to, blend into your skin tone. So I brought that, and what I really liked about this when I was thinking about this for packing it was that it had the SPF, it had the foundation, and it had some skincare properties in it all at once. So you don't even need a primer, things like that. So that was very, I guess, space efficient for a product that I was going to be bringing with me for, just a couple days. And I think I've mentioned this before, but I really love Makeup Forever blushes. And I don't know the actual name of this. I think a lot of their products are actually numbered. But this is just, I've had this for a long time, and I hate to use the term, but it is a peachy pink. It goes on beautifully. They remind me a lot of NARS blushes. There's just something about them texture-wise. It's actually even a little bit better, and they last forever. As far as, I guess one thing I wanted to point out was I brought a gel eyeliner that I got from Physicians Formula, and I actually got this one at a big discount. I found it at Ocean State Job Lot of all places. And for those of you on the West Coast or who don't live on the East Coast, it's kind of like the equivalent, I don't think this is going to focus, but it's kind of like the equivalent of a Big Lots for the East Coast. And I'd never actually seen this one in drugstores, but it's varying shades of bronze. So the bottom one is almost like a black. It's so deep bronze, but it has visible gold flecks in it. And the middle shade is a bronze, just definitely a straightforward bronze color. And the top shade is more of a gold. So it's beautiful, it's versatile, it's compact, and I can get a lot of use out of it. I think I've mentioned this, but I really do like the Maybelline Age Rewind eraser concealers. I use those for my under eyes, and they work pretty well. And again, just size-wise and everything else, it's just very convenient to pack for a short trip. And this is the Mary Kay highlighting pen. I've been a big fan of this for a long time, even more of a fan of this than the YSL Touche Éclat, I think is how it's pronounced. It's a lot less expensive. I think it does exactly the same thing, and it highlights the skin beautifully. I've heard some good reviews about the Milani concealer and highlighting pen, so I wonder how that stacks up to this, because that's even cheaper right now. I think it's a 75% off right now. And I also brought for an eye primer the e.l.f. eyelid primer, which is upside down. And this one is, I think, yeah, this one was $1. It's very tiny. Again, easy to just put into even a small like Ziploc bag. And it works, I think, you know, pretty much as well as any of the high-end primers. So for $1, you can't go wrong. This I actually got as, I think, like a gift with purchase, and other people might have seen it. It's the 100-point perk that you get at Sephora, and it's the Tina Tarantino mascara. And just because it's so small, I thought it would be a good thing to bring on a short trip, rather than bringing a full-size mascara. And this is something that I also recently found. These are actually by Laura Mercier, and they're very similar to, at least in theory, to the MAC paint pots. Their color is a flesh tone and it's matte. And if I can just get it open. And so if you can see it right here, it's very much, I think, resembles, I don't know if it's soft ochre or painterly, probably a little bit lighter. It's really meant to be a flesh color. And there's varying shades, so I think I was in the middle. There were a couple of shades that were lighter than me, and then there were a couple of shades that she makes that are darker. So it blends in pretty well with my skin tone. It covers things like, you know, small veins on your eyelids, any discoloration, and unlike the paint pots, they do claim to increase the wear of your eyeshadow and prevent creasing. So I will let you know what I think of that one after I use it for a while. And whenever I'm traveling for anything, I'll try to find... So I'm going to be using this palette this weekend, and it's by Lorac. And unlike the Naked palette, it really is an exact mix of matte and shimmer colors. So if you look here, it's very neutral toned, but at the same time the colors, especially the ones that are more of like you know, shimmer tone, they vary a little bit. So there's some pinks in there, there's golds, there's even burgundies, and it goes all the way up to some really dark shades, some very deep shades. You can turn it into a smoky eye all using the same palette. And so I did the math on this one, and it cost $4 per eyeshadow. So that's about it for my weekend, like what's in my bag collection. It's pretty simple. You know, I could show you boring things like toothpaste and toothbrushes, but nobody really wants to see that. So I guess I just wanted to give people maybe some ideas about what they could pack if they were going away for the weekend. And hopefully they'll give you some ideas for your own trips. Alright, have a good night. I'll talk to you later. Bye.